It's Week 13 of the National Football League. And up next, we'll see Russell Wilson. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Seahawks and the Cowboys under the lights on Thursday night.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. But tonight we kick off Week 13 with a great Thursday night matchup, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Tyler Bass about ready to get us going. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Williams now on the return. Here come the Seahawks. Time for that offense and quarterback Russell Wilson to go to work.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills. The ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
That one taken in by T. Higgins. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kimber Ford. And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal of how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. But Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best and don't worry about the rest of it.
Back to Montgomery on second down. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. And in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On third down, Wilson. T. Higgins. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. How about 25 yards on third down? They'll take it.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The Seahawks at 5-6 to start play. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Wilson. 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the shotgun, Wilson. Now he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Jahan Dotson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Good bounce back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Extra point up and good by Folk, and we are tied at 7. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So the Cowboys ready to go on offense for the first time, and it is their now 30-year-old quarterback, Dak Prescott, who leads the way.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
A good game there on first down. That run will get him 7 up to the 32-yard line. The numbers for Williams a week ago, 12 carries, 63 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
They were looking good on second down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
And he'll be brought down just shy of 45. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle. Now 2nd and 5. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he'll get it down to the play to the 37. 9 yards that time. You were telling me this yesterday. It's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Automatic first down.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 13.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
Prescott now. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Williams will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Tyler Bass now for the point after. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Gregory Rousseau in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
A Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Now Hill to return it. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
A gain of 3, second down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Meanwhile, Dak's throw complete here to Komet. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. Here comes third and the length of the football. As they've got it as we resume action. Third and short yardage. Prescott working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 27-yard line.
Prescott from the gun. It's caught. Cooper.
Holding. Offense.
What's the deal, dog? Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. 62 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot the last couple of games.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Gregory Rousseau, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now it's Wilson. Over the middle, brought in by Dodson.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
He'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. We'll get that to Charbonnet. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. From the 35, here's 2nd down and 3. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Now it's Wilson. That one complete out to Dotson. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 26. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
They go play action now. Wilson. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards on the play. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
False start. Offense.
From back at the 8 now after the false start, another try at 1st and goal. Following the penalty, Montgomery. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
They try again with Montgomery. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I would run here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. Then they turn it over. An incompletion there on 4th and goal from the 3. Now this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They run it again with Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Looking to throw. Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll be brought down shy of the 1st down marker at the 11. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Here's Williams to return. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Out left to Dotson. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Hunter Henry brings it in. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. There's Wilson to throw. And he fires one incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Wilson will throw again. Oh, that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball. But he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space. Couldn't uncover the end of the route. And that one winds up incomplete.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to sack back at the 16-yard line. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Wilson. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to drop that one free.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark it down at the 49. Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. A first down throw for Prescott. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Plenty of good games to choose from in that early window. We'll highlight the one down in Tampa, a big test for the Bucs at home as they'll take on the visiting Carolina Panthers. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being in Philadelphia, where we find the Eagles taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And finally, on Sunday Night Football, they've got a good one lined up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was former Tar Heel Javonte Williams with a solid first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll hand this to Williams to start things out. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
Here's Prescott. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they got a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Looking for and finding Amari Cooper again. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Prescott yet again. On target over the middle to Hill. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Staying on his feet. And this is going to be incomplete. Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds, and now 4th down. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. Play action. It's Wilson. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. From the 46, here's 2nd and 5.
At the 46-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. Now a 3rd and 6. Now Wilson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
The busy night continues for Williams. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line.
Again, it's Williams. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. 71 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Prescott. And he is caught. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 24 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now Prescott. Right side, there's Likely with it. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. To throw is Prescott. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another 1st down. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 12-yard line.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Steps away. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott. It's Hill, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the 1st down. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. The kick by Bass is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Pretty good 1st down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Hand it inside, quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
Well, you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
Play action. Now Wilson. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now it's Wilson. Caught by Montgomery. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Seattle. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. They try the left side here with Williams. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Williams. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd down and 9. They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper.
Now a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 19-yard line.
Throwing is Wilson.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Cameron Jordan able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Here's Logan Cook now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone.
Watch out for Hill on the return. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And out will come the offense as they take over. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And out now come the Seahawks. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw into the hands of Henry here. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down. To throw again is Wilson. His throw incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 40. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Here's Wilson. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fighting them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
What will look like a march to the end zone is hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. This is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Parker Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
Full connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now here come the Cowboys. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. The second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. This, to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Prescott now on 2nd down. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Prescott. And going deep for Hill. Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter.
And this one incomplete. I couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Bit of a pressure spot here for Tyler Bass.
This to swell the lead to 6.
The kick by Bass is good.
Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning.
From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
So Wilson and the Seahawks down 23-17. A minute 56 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Throwing now is Wilson to Henry.
I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
Wilson to throw.
Now 2nd and 4.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now Wilson. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Here's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Back to throw. And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do?
On for the extra point is Folk. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it all culminates with a Seattle score.
This taken in right around the goal line.
And he returns this to the 22. Now it's the Cowboys' turn. Trailing by a point. A little under 40 seconds to go. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Dak. Able to find Thielen. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before it's taken down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Prescott. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You have to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And that'll keep this a 1-point game.
Yeah, Brandon, that's a tough distance with the game on the line because you'd like to give your kicker better odds than that. Anything 50+, we know it's going to be difficult. And that one proved to be just a little too difficult. And now it appears it's going to cost them the football game.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Seahawks, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, it's a tough one to swallow as they drop back to 8-4 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.